What's up, guys? Today I'm going to give a mini kind of review about the Olympus 35 EC. So let's pop over to the table, we'll take a look at it, do a quick overview, and I'll give you my thoughts. Alrighty, let's take a look at this guy. So I'll do a quick run through, go through the functions and the widgets and all that good stuff, and then just touch on a couple things that I really like about the camera. So starting on the top side, you have your ISO right here. You adjust through this dial on the top ledge. Obviously your shutter button is here. On the front you have, which is really cool because this is a very pocketable camera, you have a lock. So I've never had this thing bump around or get, accidentally go off in my pocket, which is great. And I think it's, partially thanks to this lock here. The lens is a 2.8, it's a Zucchio, 42mm, and like I said earlier, it's like a Ginsu knife. The thing is just super sharp. I really like the color rendition and the contrast. Black or white color, it doesn't matter. I really love how this lens renders. It looks really nice. So, front of your viewfinder, opening for your meter. Now, this camera is completely automatic. It's not aperture priority. It's, you have no shutter speeds. The only thing you can adjust is your ISO, and it pretty much takes care of everything else. It is a 2.8 on the lens, but it's going to automatically, choose the aperture for you depending on the lighting conditions and the shutter speed as well. So to open the camera up, you have a little tab here. You pull, opens that up, easy enough. On the bottom side, pull this out. Here's your crank. I just want to take a minute real quick and go through the battery situation with this camera. So let me open this up, this little trap door, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so what we have going on here is a balled up piece of tinfoil to help make that connection, and then there's two LR44s that I've taped together like this, and just drop that in there. And everything works wonders. Now, of course, just like, when you change these out for the non-mercury batteries, you might have a slight voltage difference. I haven't seen a problem. I love how this thing meters. It really hasn't failed me, thus far. So I really don't see that much of a difference, with doing that. So that is those. And there's a sink on the side here for your flash. And it is a hot shoe. So for your focusing on this camera, it's really simple. It's just a distance gauge, and you can go from 3 feet to infinity, and you just basically rotate this here. Now behind that there is a little collar for guide numbers, and there's a kind of a little thumb tab on the bottom side. You can adjust that, and that will work with your guide numbers for your flash. Alrighty, so my final thoughts on the 35 EC. I really like this camera. It's pocketable, automatic, no thinking, just go out, have fun, point at something, and shoot. And I think we really all should have one of those. Not everything has to be overthought, overthinking. Not everything has to be a big production. Just take something, throw it in your pocket, and have a good time. And I think that's what the EC allows me to do. And again, having such a great lens on something this small, I think, is just really a plus. I could throw something small in my pocket and not sacrifice that image quality. Now I did take this downtown and just got some random shots. These aren't, anything spectacular, but just wanted to kind of show you guys what kind of pictures you can expect from this. So it was a roll of Superia 800. It was a pretty flat, overcast day, but here's a couple of those pictures that I shot with this. So that wraps it up, guys. If any of you guys have shot this or shot the rangefinders, let me know. How does it How does it work for you? Do you guys like it? Do you kind of agree? You know, you can hit me up on Instagram. It's @filmismorefun, or just drop me a comment here on YouTube. I love talking to you guys about these cameras, so let me know what your thoughts are. Again, if you don't have one, I totally would recommend you pick one up. If it's a, you know, thrift store, eBay, whatever, 30 bucks, you can get one in great condition. And, you know, I mentioned before, I just can't sell it. I like it. You know, it's been in the rotation, and I'll think about, I cull my cameras ever so often, and this thing doesn't hit the chopping block a lot. So I think that says something, you know, for it. But anyway, that's it. Until next time, we'll see you. So let's head over to the tabletop, and I'll just do a quick overview. Give you my